What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to break it down on what just came out associated to the company and what it does truly mean. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So today it did go down 4.08%. After hours, it did extend it a little bit more, so down 6.38%. And that is because of this 8K that came out at 5 p.m., so roughly about 1 hour ago. And this has been something I've been saying time and time again for almost like 3 months. So nobody can ever say that I did not give sufficient warning. But in this 8K, it does look like the Nasdaq wants to kick them off for kind of funny, to be fully honest, but 3 things. So I don't know, this company maybe is going for the record of deficiencies, but ultimately this is that 10-cent bid price rule that I've been stating for a long time now. And then there's this right here. So this is the $1 bid price rule. So they did have up until June the 25th to rectify that. But of course, with them getting hit with this one right here, kind of supersedes everything. And then this one was most recently announced last week. And that was that whole 10K being deficient, which in my opinion, this one didn't really matter whatsoever. So this is, again, the least of their worries. It does say the company intends to request a hearing panel, and that's going to be submitted by May the 1st. If they don't submit it by May the 1st, then this is where they will be delisted as of May the 3rd. So as I said in my last video, this is the time. So if you currently hold Faraday, double check with your broker if you are even able to hold or trade OTC stocks. Or if you already know that, because yeah, this definitely is going to get knocked down to OTC, because despite this right here, I'm going to break it down on why the company will not even won't even get this, and Nasdaq is going to laugh at them. So in order for a company to request a hearing panel, so kind of appeal any of these deficiencies, the company has to pay $20,000, then it goes to a hearing panel. But it's not just they book a hearing panel. The company actually has to lay out what they plan on doing to rectify these deficiencies. So this one, like I said, is kind of an easy one. They could just say that they're going to submit their 10K by blah, blah, blah. These ones are more difficult. So right now, at the time of doing this video, it is about like 4.4 cents, right? So they have to go to the Nasdaq and say, okay, we plan on doing this action, which will rectify these kind of deficiencies, which again is the $1 bid price rule and that 10-cent bid price rule. And so ultimately, the only thing that the company can do to kind of rectify that is 2 things: a buyback, which kind of their balance sheet is laughable. Like, I don't know how they're even functioning right now. And B, they can do a reverse stock split. So no doubtedly, that's what Faraday will lean on. And just to give you a quick overview of what they have done. So August the 28th, 2023, they did a 1 for 80. March the 1st, 2024, they did a 1 for 3. And so ultimately, the Nasdaq does have a threshold that if you do more than 250 equivalent ratio for a reverse stock split, then this is where you aren't really able to, or I guess entitled to, any future extensions. So you're basically on your last warning. But technically, with Faraday being at 5 cents, and in order for them to rectify that $1 bid price, they would need to do at least a 50, like a 1 to 50, if not probably a little bit more, so like a 1 to 100 ratio. And some people might disagree with me, but I did say that they will need to do a 1 for 100 reverse stock split. I was saying this like 2 months ago as well, that they do need to do another reverse stock split, and this was basically as this one was going down. So Faraday, like, the writing's been on the wall for any individuals that kind of bought in the last little bit. You've definitely some iron balls, because like this stock has been completely full of riddled with red flags. So in essence, like I said, even though this does say that they plan on intending and I guess appealing it and requesting a hearing panel, it's still, the Nasdaq is just going to laugh at them, because their job, Nasdaq's job, of course, is to kind of ensure the public is safe, especially from scams, risks, and whatever. So for them to propose that they're going to do a, for instance, 1 for 100, and that's probably on the conservative end, right? They could push it to 1 to 200 or whatever else. But the Nasdaq is going to look at that and say, you know what, that is just too risky. And plus, we do not feel it actually will rectify the deficiency. Because keep in mind, a company does need to trade above $1 for between 10 to 20 consecutive trading days in order for them to quash this, for this to be gone, right? So technically, Faraday needs to have a very high ratio of a reverse stock split to ensure that there is zero chance of them getting below $1. So the Nasdaq isn't stupid, right? They know exactly what is happening. This isn't their first rodeo. They deal with this almost on a daily basis. So companies saying that, hey, we're going to do a reverse stock split to fix it. Like, Nasdaq will probably just laugh at Faraday for even requesting that. So ultimately, Faraday is just going to waste their $20,000, and it will probably extend them because they will obviously be paying that $20,000, will be guaranteed at least a hearing, but the hearing will just kind of laugh and say no. So meaning they will be delisted probably within a month from this date. So it will postpone it, but in reality, it won't really amount to much. So hopefully I broke that down in a very clear and concise manner. So even though they do have deficiencies, even though it does say that they plan on kind of requesting a hearing panel, it won't really amount to anything. It's just kicking the can down the road, or whatever that phrase is. It's just kind of prolonging their delisting. So in my opinion, I know I have said this time and time again, and I'm definitely not a financial advisor, I would really recommend to avoid this company unless for whatever reason you guys want some tax losses or whatever for your own benefit. I'm not really sure, but this company is going to be gone. So I know some people that have posted in my comments that they're down 99%. You know what, like, just take that 1% as long as commissions don't eat that up, because this company is as good as gone, as bad as that sounds. So even if it does go down to OTC, like, their balance sheet right now, they will not survive another quarter. And with them going down to OTC, they will not get any money whatsoever. So if you're holding it, or maybe you want to go for the record of the highest reverse stock splits kind of consecutive, I'm not really sure. So like I said, this was a little bit more of a rant, so let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Are you a buyer? I know I ask this every video, but surprisingly, some people do say yes. So are you a buyer of Faraday? And please humor me on why. If you are selling, let me know in the comments below as well. What's your thoughts on just this PR? Are you surprised by it or whatnot? So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.